Hello everyone, welcome to another Time House video. We'll be continuing on Ms.Charitat's midterm review, numbers 20 through 30 odd. So number 21, solve and graph the inequality. For each problem, I will give you some time to think about the problem yourself, and then I will attempt it. Okay, so first what we're going to do is we're going to obviously rewrite the problem. Negative 5x plus 5 is greater than 25. Subtracting 5 from both sides, negative 5x is greater than 20. And so divide both sides by 5, and I will stop there. Negative x is greater than 4. Now here is going to be a very crucial difference, and it's very important that you remember this for the midterm. When you divide by a negative number or multiply by a negative number, it will always flip the sign. So unlike a regular, so if this would be a normal equation, right? Let's have it as a normal equation. Negative x equals 4. It would be x equals negative 4. So it is exactly like this, except what you do is you change the sign here. So this is going to be our answer. And so graphing it, here, let me remove this. Let me move this out of the way. So when you were to graph it, you have a different color. So if you graph it using a normal standard graph, and we move 4 to the left, and we draw a dotted line here. Oops, let me make my dotted line a bit better. X is not going to touch this line, and so the way I think of it, which side do you shade in? So first what I do is I go ahead and find where the origin is, right, which is 0, 0. And so now I plug in 0 for every time I see an x or y. So is x less than negative 4? Is that true? No. X is greater than negative 4. So I color in the region that is not inclusive of the origin. So I color in the other side. So you keep going and color this other side, and that is our answer. Solve and graph the inequality. Alright, so let's rewrite it. 2, 5 plus 3x is less than 3 times 5 plus 2x. And now we can distribute. So 10 plus 6x is greater than 15 plus 6x. So what I basically did was I multiplied and distributed both like this. So I only multiplied by the coefficients. Now looking at this equation alone, you'll find that there's a slight problem. When you have x with the same coefficient on both sides, regardless if it's an inequality or an equation, that means that this will be our graph, has nothing on it because there is no solution. Alright, solve for y in the equation below. So again, we'll rewrite this. Y minus 3 is equal to a fourth of x plus 8. And to keep y alone, solve for y in the equation below, y is equal to 1/4 x plus 8. We're just rewriting this, and then now we're going to add plus 3. We're just making y alone, and that we don't really need to simplify, but I will show you the simplified version just in case. So y is equal to 1/4. Here, let me change colors here. 1/4 x plus 8/4 plus 3, which is equal to, this is equal to 2. So 1/4 x plus 2 plus 3, which is equal to, so y is equal to 1/4 x plus 5. And so I assume that you can have in this form, this is acceptable, and this is also acceptable, depending on what the answer choices are. Alright, next problem. Find the output of the function below for input 3. F of x equals x squared plus 1. Again, we're going to rewrite f of x equals x squared plus 1. And we need to find what they're asking. So they're asking if you input 3 for every value of x. Well, that's just the definition of f of x, or f of 3. We need to find what each value is. So we can say, I'm just going to replace wherever I see an x, I'll replace a 3. So actually, let me make this a bit better. Let me erase this and change it to a different color, so that we can see that there is a change. So f of 3 is equal to 3 squared plus 1. And the output of the function at equals 3 is just, we're just going to simplify this. So it's just going to be 9 plus 1, or 10. Okay, final problem. Draw a graph of a relation that is not a function. So I'm going to do two things. One is I'm going to have a coordinate system, and I'm going to draw these points. So a relation is somewhat like this. So if I were to draw a table like this, x being on the left-hand side, y being on the right-hand side. So let me pick some random values. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and so now I can make random values. So 2, 4, 3, 8. Let's not pick that high of a number. 5 and 1. Okay, so this is not a function. Let me show you why. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, cool. So we are going to plot these points 1, 2, 1, 2, 2, 4 around here, even though my graph is not very straight. 3, 3 is here. 4, 5 is here, around here, and 4, 1 is right here. The reason why this relation is not an equation, because we can draw lines to each of these points, and 4 hits 2 y values. Or in other words, if you were to draw a line straight down, shorter than that, straight down, it will hit 2 points of f of x. So this is f of x. Or you can name this any function. So therefore, this relation is not a function. And I hope that's helpful.